ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Ask the Culpeppers. You all are...
And we're the Culpeppers.
Yeah, we're the Culpeppers. Yeah, that's who we are. And so, depending on what platform you're watching, we ask that you like and that you share this video. And if you're watching it on YouTube, if you would subscribe to our channel as we continue to grow our platform and get information out to parents all over the world.
That's right. And as we always share, we are not licensed counselors, attorneys, or any of those fancy things that people get paid lots and lots of money to do. We're just a loving couple with 3 kids of our very own, with some pretty wise friends and some life experiences that have given us opportunities to learn. And so follow us and we'll answer your questions and sometimes present questions of our own that hopefully make you engaged with us and with the people that you love. Because really, I think that's where the wisdom comes from, is your circle of support.
That's right. And we want to take this time to also give a shout out to our sponsor at the Baby Spot CA Digital Global Parenting Magazine. Celebrating the similarities and embracing the differences of parents all over the world.
Worldwide.
And secondly, we would like to give a shout out to the men and ladies of honor. Woo-hoo. Hence my shirt here. An organization that we support that's changing the lives of men and women all over the Men and Ladies of Honor Character Education Program develops passionate disciples of Christ, transforming at-risk kids into leaders and world changers.
And don't we need more world changers?
We do.
We do.
Tony Rory is doing such a good job with that organization. Yeah. Can't wait to see him again.
He's a great guy, great family.
All right, let's get into it.
All right, so here's our question, and this question comes all the way from Toronto.
Ooh.
Can't wait to go to Toronto.
I can't either. We need to get on
We're
down
going.
there.
We're going.
Yeah,
okay.
We need to rock and roll. Let's get it, baby.
Here's a question.
All
Dear
right.
Culpeppers, I should know my name. Dear Culpeppers, I am a wife of 3. I cook, I clean, I work full time, and I do everything for my family. My husband has health problems. I've just moved and have had to pack the house, stage it, and sell it without his help due to his health problems. So without his help due to his health problems. We moved and he has not been able to help me relocate, decorate, or even unpack. I am exhausted. Our extended family promises to help but does not pull through. What can I do? I'm exhausted, and from all of this stress, I'm worried I will develop health problems myself. All right, and we're calling this one able-bodied and exhausted.
This is a tough one. This is especially here in the United States. I guess everywhere.
Yeah, I think it's
but it's people can develop health problems. The way that the question is written, I'm not sure if he's developed health problems over time or if he had health problems from the beginning. But at any rate, if it's your husband, we agreed to do this thing through sickness and health and to death do us part.
That's right.
And as we continue to age, we may run into some health issues or some things that can prohibit us from engaging in some physical activities.
Right.
And so in this particular case, she's doing everything and he has some health problems. I would say this is what we signed up for. And we have to pull the slack for one another when the other person is down. So just say it would be similar to when you had our 3 children. There was a period of time, no lifting, or when you had back surgery, no lifting, no excessive activity. And so somebody has to pull the weight.
And take up the slack. And sometimes that slack is a lot of slack. And Derek is absolutely right. So I've had a few pretty major surgeries that have pretty much incapacitated me, as well as having kids. And what I can say is he did a great job not making me feel bad for not being able to help. I think was a big thing because I'm already suffering from so much guilt. As part of that healing process, you don't feel well, you're sick, you want to help, especially with me having such a bad back. Because when we were younger, I was moving furniture and doing everything with Derek. We were painting the house together and doing things together, but that's not an option for us anymore. So I would say 2 pieces of advice. Okay, we're going to always say communicate and share with your spouse how you're feeling, but in a way that really honors him. And it sounds like you've done a great job, because you're not saying that he's doing anything purposeful, but this is something well out of his control. And so making sure that you take care of you would be my first piece of advice. So you're doing all of these things by yourself and you're exhausted, but I'm going to tell you, it is okay to leave those boxes boxed until such time as you either have help unboxing them or you really feel like you're going to do it. None of that has to happen right now. And I know as wives and as mothers and sometimes as dads, we're thinking, no, but I got to do it because otherwise it's going to make getting longer. Blah. That will just have to wait. And I think so many times we just overdo it. My Aunt Rocky and Uncle Ronnie have a saying that there's really nothing that you have to do, right? You don't have to do anything. You don't even have to go to work. You're going to have consequences in situations if you choose not to do those things, but you don't have to worry about those boxes. You don't have to decorate right now. You don't have to do anything but take care of you and your family. Point blank, period. Everything else can wait. And I think we need to do a better job saying it can wait. And maybe my second piece of advice, just real quick, is going to be, if family can't be depended on, because I'm sure they've got their own things, starting to build your own network of other people you can depend on. So when Derek and I first moved here to the Dallas area, we didn't have any family, very little family did we have that could come and help. So we started building out our own support system through our church, making friends with our neighbors. So now I feel like if we need something, we have a long list of people. We had to build our tribe from ground zero. And so I would encourage you to do that. But in the meantime, I'm telling you, if it's not vital, critical, important, food, shelter, water, everything else can wait.
I know, and then I was going to mention that a support group, whether it be a community support group or a church support group, sometimes there are those organizations out there that will help, especially in this case. And I'm assuming, I'm going to take the assumption that your husband has seen a doctor and is probably under some doctor's orders to minimize his activity.
Sure.
And so as spouses, this is what we signed up for. This is where we have to pull the slack, and this is where we have to go above and beyond. Now, one thing I would mention is make sure your husband doesn't feel like guilty or unwanted or made to feel like he's lazy because of his health is the reason. Well, at least that's what's specified, is the reason why he's unable to. Because I know as a man, if I were as active as I am, if I were to break a leg or an arm or something, boy, I would feel bad, because all of these years I've been having use of these limbs and being able to go and climb and paint and move stuff. And if I have to sit down and be bedridden or something, boy, that alone would be very, very hard for me. So if my wife is in my ear or making me feel like I'm useless on top of that, that would be tough. And again, not to say that's what you're doing, but there are some people out there that may see this video that may be experiencing that, and I would encourage you not to do that. And then the second thing I want to mention is about family. Now, we had some family that helped us find a place to stay when we got here.
That's right.
That helped us find a place to stay. But in the most part, when it came to moving stuff and doing stuff, I had a community. I had the coaches. I had Coach Smith. I had Coach Calvert. I had Coach Moss. I had a group of coaches that I worked with at the high school that lived here already, that was able to either help point me in the right places to resources or help move stuff at that time.
But you had to ask, and I think that's the thing. I think we have to ask for help. I feel like we all have more people rooting for us than rooting against us. But I think we don't know that, because the voices we hear most times that resonate the loudest within us are the negative voices. But there are so many people that, if asked, would do so much to help their fellow man, just because. And so I think that definitely was true in our case, because they didn't know us, we had just got here.
Right.
But being willing to ask for that help in places you wouldn't expect it, but just putting it out there. Sometimes the very thing you need is right beside
Right
you,
right.
or right in front of you, yeah, and you just have to ask. So,
Right.
so we're so thankful for this question, and we hope that you continue to submit questions to us. The information to do that is going to be on the screen, and so we hope to have more questions. We've got a few in queue, so we need to do some mass recording. We need to like do a recording day.
Yeah, y'all,
So we've got a few more.
y'all stay with us because we got some questions that are
Pretty juicy.
pretty juicy and pretty challenging that are coming up. So y'all be sure to subscribe. Be sure to turn on notifications. That's another thing too. Turn on notifications so anytime we post or anytime we,
get alert.
whether it be verbal post, a picture, or video, you make sure you get the alert and check it out. We want to know what you think too. What do you think about this situation? Is it something that you dealt with or something that you know someone dealt with or whatever the case may be? Just check it out and let us know what you think. All right. Until next time, folks. Peace and have grease.
Bye, y'all.
I can help you